Good evening, everyone. As president of the Student Council, it is my honor to welcome you to this evening's commencement ceremony of Upper St. Clair High School. Today, we celebrate, rejoice, and give thanks for the accomplishments of the class of 2006. It has been a long journey, but it has not been traveled alone. Today, we ask blessings on those who have supported us throughout the years. We express our gratitude to our families for their love, support, and sacrifice. We are successful young men and women today because of their influence and commitment. We express our admiration to our teachers and coaches for their dedication and hard work, and for nurturing us and challenging us toward excellence both inside and outside of the classroom. We express our appreciation to our administration and staff for their unending support in guiding us toward critical decision-making. We express our gratefulness to our community at large for providing a safe and secure environment in which to learn and grow into successful members of society. We express our affection to our friends and classmates for being there for us through good times and bad, sharing both our successes and failures. But most importantly, let us be self-indulgent and take a moment to congratulate ourselves. Through diligence and perseverance, we have struggled to reach our goals. Let us celebrate our accomplishments and achievements, whether they are academic, artistic, athletic, or personal. At this time, we ask blessings on our troops who are courageously serving at home and abroad, so that we may enjoy the freedoms and benefits of our great nation. Although one chapter of our lives has ended, another exciting chapter is evolving. May we continue to use the knowledge and gifts that we have gained at Upper St. Clair High School to enrich our world in whichever walk of life we may pursue. With courage and conscience, may the class of 2006 make moral and ethical choices that will benefit our world for years to come. Thank you very much, and at this time, I ask that you please be seated and join me in welcoming our senior class president, Mr. Tom Tuota.
Good evening, everyone. Let me rephrase that. This is really a great evening. My name is Tom Tuota. As senior class president, it is my privilege to welcome you to our graduation. I greet you tonight on behalf of the senior class of 2K6. We would like to take this opportunity to express our deep appreciation to our teachers, administrators, coaches, dedicated staff and volunteers here at Upper St. Clair High School. And a special thanks goes out to our parents, our brothers and sisters, our families, our mentors, and everyone in the community that has enriched our lives. We should be grateful for what our high school, our community, and all the people associated with it have given us. You have collectively created a tangible and powerful legacy, our students, that respect and value the traditions and experiences that define Upper St. Clair and distinguish us as the very finest. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Burns.
Dr. Lombardo, Dr. Steinhauer, members of the school board, parents, and most of all, the class of 2006. The last 2 weeks have been a whirlwind of finals and celebration, but maybe today it'll finally sink in that we're moving on. Already we're without Maud Bells in the UBU lounge, and in a few months there'll be no more Dodgeball with Mr. Miller or Wing Nights at Pizzazz either. We've actually finished high school, emerging as budding global citizens. In this country, where everyone gets a vote, no one person has the whole world on his shoulders, but instead everyone gets a little piece. And so it is our responsibility to act on what we believe in and to make this world a better place for everyone. We need to exercise our freedom, and to do that, we need to use the critical thinking skills we've developed here to evaluate what we see and what we hear. In this time of spin and oversimplification, we must recognize that truth is often complex. We also need to have genuine consideration for the lives and well-being of everyone on this planet, regardless of the actions of their governments. The world is made up of people just like us, and it is everyone's responsibility to treat everyone else fairly. This is true now, and it'll be true in a month or in 20 years when we stumble across the old tape of our graduation. These are big ideas, but if we can't handle them, no one can. Go big or go home. Today, we pick up our diplomas and take on these responsibilities, thanking those who have helped bring us here. I'd like to thank my mom and my dad, my brother, my grandparents, and my friends, especially Sarah. I'd also like to thank my old friends from Eisenhower and my new friends from AP Bio and Drumline. I can't wait to see where we all end up. Time will pass and the people we know will change, but no matter how different our lives become, we'll always have something in common. We will all be responsible, considerate citizens of the world, and we'll all be from Upper St. Clair. The next speaker will be Sarah Covington.
Thanks, Honor. What distinguishes this school from most others is the commitment of the teachers. Somehow, they can make learning an enjoyable experience. And even if they didn't, we still learned a lot. The teachers here at USC pushed us hard, but we achieved so much more because of them. I'm sure that we must all thank our families. No one would be here today without help from them. Every morning, my mom got up hours before she needed to, so she could wake me up at 6:30 in the morning after I slept. I would never have made it to school without her. My dad commuted to West Virginia every week because he did not want to make me transfer out of his district. Our families have all made sacrifices for us so that we can be here today, graduating from this school. Thank you. It's longer than that. Our friends here have kept us going. They were the reward for finishing that English paper, and were always there so we could write about our workload. They were there to lean on or just to hang out with. Thank you guys too. Don't forget that your friends and family will be there for you, even if you move a world away. Just call them up to chat once in a while. You may be leaving USC, but we need to say goodbye. The next speaker will be Mary Brandon.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to congratulate the entire class of 2006. Completing high school is no easy task, and we should all be extremely proud. High school is a difficult time during which we are continually judged and graded based upon comparison. We are constantly being measured against our peers, their successes, their failures, their talents, and their abilities. Sometimes, high school seems like nothing more than a big competition that we are all thrown into together. Whether or not we like to admit it, we all compete with each other, academically, athletically, socially, or otherwise. As we all prepare to begin the next stages of our lives, we will continue to be forced to contend with our peers, and I would just like to remind my classmates of what I believe to be the most important element of any competition or comparison. I believe the most important comparison you make is the one that you draw to yourself. People will try to judge you, but don't let them. Worry about the personal standards and integrity you hold for yourself and reaching your own fullest potential. As long as you have won the challenges and aspirations that you have set for yourself, it no longer matters how you compare to others. I would like to take a moment to thank all of our teachers and administrators who have helped to prepare us for this day. My mother is an English teacher, and my older sister is studying to become a teacher, so I am often told that teachers do not get enough credit for all of their hard work. However, teachers truly are the people who push us because they see the potential we possess and pull us because they believe in our ability to be successful. I would also like to thank my family for being a never-ending source of love and support. Lastly, I would like to wish the entire class of 2006 the best of luck in all of their future endeavors. Thank you, and our next speaker is Callie Gall.
It seems like it was yesterday that we walked into the high school as freshmen, excited about our new environment, but unsure of what the high school had to offer. Now, here nearly 4 years later, we are this freshman again, eager to explore the new world that lies ahead of us, but unsure of what that may entail. After 4 years of lessons, both in and out of the classroom, it is safe to say we have all grown and matured. With the love and support of our family and friends, we are able to take our next steps forward into the world with confidence in ourselves and our abilities. As we begin our post-high school plans, it is important to remember that we are now in control of our futures. We can no longer rely on our parents and teachers for all of the answers. The answers must begin to come from within ourselves. The true challenges we will face in the future will be dealing with the more complex problems of adulthood. How we deal with those challenges will be the true measure of ourselves as individuals. We base our decisions on past experiences, education, and personal ideals, all of which will continue to grow in the years to come. Making the right decision and doing the right thing are not always the easiest paths to take. As we become the doctors, lawyers, politicians, and teachers of the future, it is important to remember that each one of us has a personal responsibility and duty to make the world a better place for the generations after us. It is our duty to continue the fight against disease, crime, tyranny, and poverty which past generations have started. As American teacher Leah Rawson once said, I think the purpose of life is to be useful, to be responsible, to be compassionate. It is above all to matter, to count, to stand for something, to have made some difference if you have lived it all. We must continue to grow so we may make the most informed and enlightened decisions possible. So in the future, when our generation looks back at what we have accomplished, we can be proud of what we have stood for and know that we have truly made a difference in this world. I have the utmost confidence that the class of 2006 is ready to face these challenges head-on with grace and integrity. I wish you all the best of luck in the future, and congratulations. Our next speaker will be Kendra Gregory.
I will spare you the usual platitudes and cliches because, frankly, I do not care for them. I will simply share with you a lesson taught to me by Pastor Raymond, the Haitian minister that I worked with in Haiti. His favorite proverb was, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." His vision for what Haiti could be is slowly becoming a reality. Vision is just as important for us. We are a greatly blessed people as Americans, and it is our duty to bless others in turn. Our visions for the future could potentially have a global impact. Since God created us with such unique talents and abilities, our personal visions may differ. Vision is not only good, but necessary for us. Let us greet the future with optimism, enthusiasm, determination, and our visions. The next speaker is Jane Hignett.
Thank you. To be perfectly honest, until graduation practice last Wednesday when I couldn't find my seat, I had no idea that I was going to be valedictorian. And though I am honored to be recognized as such, over the years I've realized that every member of this graduating class has a facet of his or her personality that is extraordinary. Not all of you have been singled out and praised in high school for your distinct attributes, but I believe that each one of you deserves to be honored and recognized. I know you all have the potential to be something great. You just have to figure out what it is you love, and then take the initiative to work hard and pursue it. So here's to the class of 2006. May your futures exceed your expectations and bring out the individual beauty in your characters. Thank you to everyone who has encouraged me and taught me to live life passionately. I'd especially like to thank my parents. My father for teaching me to always have faith and compassion, and my mother for teaching me determination, a sense of humor, and most of all, to be true to myself and happy with myself. Thank you. And now, Raksha Kumar.
In the words of Stephen Schwartz, I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my family, friends, teachers, and coaches for making me the person I am today. Without any one of you, I'm sure I would not be the same. Over the past 18 years, we have certainly had our share of accomplishments. Still, years from now, I'm confident there will be some things I will remember and others I will forget. I'll definitely remember the Steelers. I'm probably not going to remember which kids set the curves on our finals or had the highest grades in our classes. I won't remember which kids made the dean's list and may not even remember who the valedictorians were. I mean, who can remember 15 kids? I will, however, most definitely remember the people who have changed me, not because of their SAT scores or GPAs, but because of the kind of people they were. I will remember those teachers and coaches who taught me not only about their disciplines, but about myself. The ones who not only prepared me to learn or to compete, but also to face life. We've all met at least a few people who have truly shaped who we have become. These mentors will be with us wherever we find ourselves, and their words and teachings will continue to influence us throughout our lives. If there's anything I can tell you, it will be this. Don't let anyone measure you by a set of numbers. Don't measure yourself by a set of numbers either. Be more than your test scores and your GPA. As an adult, be more than your salary. Many of the things most worth having in life can't be measured. Focus on your relationships. Treasure your family. Cherish your friends. Appreciate your teachers and value your coaches. Success is at best bittersweet if we do not have loved ones with whom we can share them. So pay attention to the people who are important in your life, the people who mean the most to you. And if you can keep one thing from this stage in your life, keep the people. I know I will. Congratulations and good luck. Our next speaker is Matt Lentz.
Thank you. As the plane took off, I peered through my tiny window, watching snowy Pittsburgh disappear farther from view with every second. I was 2 years old, and my family had decided to escape the frigid winter weather with a visit to the beach. There I sat on my first plane trip, bundled up in my bulky green snow jacket and gloves. I was prepared for the worst of blizzards, so imagine my surprise when we landed in 90-degree weather. Thrown in this new environment, I couldn't quite get my bearings. Everything seemed so unfamiliar, and I clutched to anything that reminded me of home. When it was time for me to join my sisters on the beach, my parents couldn't help but notice that I was the only kid building sandcastles in his snowsuit. Despite my parents' most sophisticated negotiation tactics, I refused to compromise and remove my jacket. Not understanding how to adapt to new environments, I stayed bundled up until my coat mysteriously disappeared a day and a half later. As we sit here tonight in our caps and gowns, awaiting the unfamiliar future that looms so near, we must not be afraid of change or taking risks. For in the unfamiliar, we find opportunity and adventure. Though we may not have our little green snowcoats to remind us of where we've been, we can rest assured that learning from our past experiences will provide us with the strength to conquer what lies ahead. I would like to thank my parents for their unconditional love and guidance, without which I would not be standing here tonight. My sister Melissa for being a role model and showing me that true wisdom comes when there is no clear answer. And my sister Rachel for sharing her optimism and her love of life. To my teachers, thank you for instilling in me a passion in the pursuit of knowledge. To the senior class of 2006, I hope that we may all discover a dream or passion that motivates us, challenges us, and enriches our comprehension of life. May our experiences be fulfilling and our adventures be often. Embrace the future, live for the moment, and learn from the past. Congratulations to you all. Our next speaker is Jennifer Elias.
Well, class of 2006, the last 4 years have been a true whirlwind of amazing friendships, challenging classes, inspirational teachers, and emotional sporting events. 4 years ago at this time, the image of commencement seemed like a mere mirage in the distant future. But look around, you guys. Our time has come. We finally did it. I stand before you today, proud to be a part of this class. Throughout the past 4 years, as a group, we have triumphed together, whether it be in academia, athletics, arts, or just mere personality. A country band, Rascal Flatts, which a few of you probably love, and most of you have never heard of, once said, "When push comes to shove, you learn what you're made of." Keep this in mind, class of 2006, as we head off to college and to work, beginning our own paths in life. Remember, there will be tough times ahead, but how will you deal with the bumps in life shows what kind of person you really are. And here's what kind of people we really are. As Mr. Holzer would say, we are Panthers. We always give 110%. We never give up. We struggle, fight, scratch, and claw our way to the top no matter what. And the best part is we have a ton of fun while we do it. Fellow classmates, best of luck in the future in everything that you do. Hopefully somewhere down the road our paths will cross again, but for now it's time for goodbyes and new beginnings. Thank you. Our next speaker will be Anish Mathur.
It took us 122,144,600 seconds to make it to sophomore year. Then I stopped counting. The class of 2006, live in the moment and you'll never have to count. Congratulations and good luck. Our next speaker will be Jordan Meaden.
Well, that's sad about this guy, No pressure.
All right, that one's a little tough to follow, so mine's not quite as short. Well, good evening and congratulations, class of 2006. Over the past 4 years, our class has grown together into what I believe is one of the best and most successful classes to have gone through this school. We may make fun of this place whenever we get the chance, but I believe that the USC bubble is truly a great opportunity for us to reveal who we are and become who we are today. Maybe we don't always give this place the credit it deserves, and I am truly grateful to have gotten to know all of you over the past 13 years living here. Looking to the future, I offer what I hope is a bit of wisdom for you to take with you. Whatever path you have chosen, I want you to work hard at what you do, but don't forget to take pleasure in the simple things in life and enjoy your lives. Our lives are about to become a little bit more complex, so we can't forget the simple things that keep us happy. Thank you all for making the last 4 years unforgettable. I thank my family, especially my parents, for never failing to steer me in the right direction, and I thank God for allowing me to choose the right path. Thank you. Our next speaker is Danielle Murphy.
Rather than stand here and try to do my best to inspire you as we move on to the next stage of our lives, I would simply like to follow the excellent advice of Franklin Roosevelt. Be sincere, be brief, be seated. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. I would like to thank my mom, dad, and brothers Sean and Troy for all their love and support. And to you, the class of 2006, congratulations and good luck in all you do. We made it. Our next speaker is Andrew Tate.
The past 4 years have been an amazing experience. Each of us walked similar but different roads, and as we begin to explore unfamiliar territories, I want to share 3 things that I believe are important in our lives. First, I want to encourage my fellow classmates to set goals. Having goals allows us to focus and provides the motivation we need in order to undertake any task. Without any goals in our minds, it is easy to forget what we truly desire and end up pursuing something for which we do not wish. Second, have a positive attitude. If we maintain a positive attitude, we are able to overcome various challenges we face in our lives. Thinking positively allows us to believe in ourselves and allows us to move forward. And third, give thanks. Show gratitude to those around us. Thank our teachers for pushing us to learn. Thank our friends for being our emotional support. And thank our parents for providing encouragement. We would not be who we are today without them. I want to end by personally thanking my teachers, friends, parents, and above all, God, for guiding and leading me every single moment. Thank you. And our next speaker is Maria Prus.
Good evening. Since high school is a time of growth and self-discovery, I've taken a page out of Andrew's book and compiled a short list of things I have learned about life throughout high school. I hope you take some of these lessons with you when you leave the stadium today. First, love your parents, family, and friends. They are the ones who are there for you when you need them. Secondly, don't ever live to please someone else. Be who you are and don't sell yourself short of what you can achieve. Along that train of thought, don't rely on the approval of others to feel good about yourself. Don't ever let anyone convince you that you are less than what you are. And finally, don't let stress control you. Learn to manipulate it so that it does not encompass your well-being. Good luck, class of 2006. We've come a long way, and we have a lot more to experience. Enjoy every moment of it. Our next speaker is Mike Smith.
An ancient Roman philosopher once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." Therefore, it is with deep affection and pride in counting you all as friends that this 2006 Upper St. Clair graduate urges his classmates to dream, to dare, and to do. To my fellow graduates, good luck and much success in your future endeavors. The final valedictorian speaker tonight will be Eric Wolf.
Being the last valedictorian to give a speech, I am placed in the position in which you have already been presented with many proverbial statements of wisdom from my esteemed peers. Along those lines, I would like to keep my message simple and concise. Throughout high school, we have all accomplished many things, from winning a sports game to acing a test. What I have found, however, is that the most fulfilling achievements are not personal or even tangible. What will truly grant the satisfaction we all desire are the relational accomplishments we make. Giving advice to a friend, or even just listening to someone who's had a bad day, means so much more than any game score or project grade. How we influence and connect the people who we relate to not only creates a lasting legacy to look back on, but also a platform on which we can walk steadfastly into the future. To this end, I would like to thank those who I've been fortunate enough to have relationships with these past 17 years of my life. First and foremost, I would like to thank God for blessing me with his love and guidance, without which life loses its meaning. I would also like to thank my parents, who have laid the foundations to all my successes through their high expectations, but more importantly, through the incredible support they've given me through all my endeavors. I would also like to thank my sister, Kristen, who has so loftily set the standard to which I have aspired throughout high school. And lastly, I would like to thank all of my friends. You guys have made my time at Upper St. Clair absolutely amazing. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2006.
Dr. Lombardo, Dr. Sokowski, Board of School Directors, Administrators, parents, teachers, friends, and members of the class of 2006. Welcome to the 45th Annual Upper St. Clair High School Commencement Exercise. As principal of Upper St. Clair High School, I am pleased to be presiding over this occasion. This day belongs to these young men and women seated before us. Let us take pause to acknowledge and honor this great milestone. Tonight is also a testament to you, the moms, dads, grandparents, brothers, sisters, friends, who through your constant support, understanding, and sacrifice have helped these men and women to this point. Seniors, I hope you take the opportunity to thank your parents, families, and friends for their committed support and unconditional love. Commencement exercises, like this one tonight, embody one of the great rituals in our culture. It is a unique and meaningful ceremony that marks the close of one chapter and the beginning of another great adventure. The group of students before you has been well prepared and bears the knowledge and experience that will help them be successful in this journey. If their past performance is any predictor of their future success, I think I can speak with some certainty that they will realize extraordinary accomplishments. The Upper St. Clair School District has been bestowing diplomas to seniors since 1961, when 100 seniors were graduated. Tonight, we celebrate the accomplishments of 354 students. The class of 2006 has been recognized with numerous awards, honors, and distinction. This is a group of students who have demonstrated exceptional academic, athletic, and artistic achievement. Among these achievements are 11 National Merit Finalists, 16 National Merit Committed students, 16 valedictorians, 6 Superintendent Award winners, 4 International Baccalaureate Diploma candidates, 144 National Honor Society members, WPIAL champions in boys tennis and in boys and girls golf, and superior ratings for all of our musical ensembles. Our students will be traveling to all corners of the country to pursue their education in such states as Alabama, Arizona, Colorado, Louisiana, Florida, Maine, Massachusetts, Texas, Utah, and Washington, and here at home in Pennsylvania. They will be attending many prestigious universities, including Carnegie Mellon, Cornell, Yale, Brigham Young, the United States Naval Academy, Elon, Rutgers, Kasturba Medical College in India, the University of Pennsylvania, Stanford, the United States Military Academy, Harvard College, George Washington, the University of Pittsburgh, and the Film School of Vancouver. I believe that our graduates today will accomplish great achievements, reach great heights, and become great leaders in their communities and in our nation. It wouldn't be a graduation speech if I didn't include an inspirational quote. For the class of 2006, I have chosen a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path, and leave a tread. Now for my official duties. Dr. Lombardo, please join me. Dr. Lombardo, as the principal of Upper St. Clair High School, I do hereby certify that the students gathered before us have met the requirements for graduation as mandated by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Upper St. Clair Board of School Directors. Dr. Lombardo, I present to you the Upper St. Clair class of 2006.
Wow. Dr. Solkowski, members of the school board, Principal Steinhauer, Deputy Superintendent Kushner, teachers, parents, friends, and graduates, and of course the wonderful graduates, members of the class of 2006. Congratulations to all of you on your collective accomplishment. Today marks the 22nd time that I've delivered a graduation speech in my life, not counting, of course, my 8th grade valedictorian speech, where I was so scared that the sweat pouring into my eyes from my head caused me to skip the entire middle of my speech, and I didn't even know it. Worse yet, nobody else did. As I reflect back on the last year of school here in Upper St. Clair, I can't help but acknowledge that in many ways this year has been one of the most interesting ones for me as a superintendent. Our district has received its share of bad press, much of it unfairly missing the dominant truth about our district, namely that we have a great school and a great school district, and that the primary reasons we are as good as we are is because we have an incredibly supportive community and parents, caring teachers, a dedicated school board, and most of all, we have great students like you who are sitting before me today. Great students who work very hard and achieve great success in the classroom, on the playing fields, and on the stage. It is your achievement that often gets forgotten by the press in its zeal to turn personal stories into the latest Jerry Springer chapter for the evening news mayhem. Let me commend you for your achievements, many of which have been already articulated by Dr. Steinhauer. In addition to those he's talked about, you are members of a class who performed so well on the state's assessment in grade 11 last year that this year the Pittsburgh Business Times ranked our high school #1 in Western Pennsylvania in terms of your performance in reading, writing, and mathematics, with more than 95% of you meeting and most of you exceeding state standards. More importantly, in my estimation, you are members of a school community that led the effort to raise over $40,000 to assist the victims of 3 natural disasters: the tsunami in Thailand, the hurricane in New Orleans, and the flood in our own Carnegie Township. Thank you for your service. You know, you have accomplished very much in your years at Upper St. Clair, and in many cases the world has recognized those achievements with awards and rankings and plaques, certificates. You have mastered the public school education game, and you have succeeded. So now what? Well, as you move on to college next year, I'm certain that you, like me, will bemoan the fact that you hadn't always listened to the advice of others, or that all those things that your parents told you would eventually happen have not come to pass yet. For example, you've probably heard, "Oh, don't worry, your face will clear up," or "Don't worry, your muscles will grow in college," or "Oh, that's just baby fat, don't worry about that." Well, let me tell you, I still get acne. I still struggle at the gym to stay under 200, actually, maybe just a little over. And I still don't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, here's my graduation tip. For every 5 minutes that you spend in front of a mirror, staring at the imperfection in your body or in your face, spend another 5 hours looking out at the world. For how you see the world and what you do about it is far more important than how the world sees you. Don't waste time on the stuff that doesn't matter. So what stuff really matters? Well, whenever I try to answer a profound question like that, I can't help but think of my mom. Because you see, moms really know the truth. Let me tell you a story that I think elucidates my point. My mom is now 80 years old. 7 years ago, at the age of 73, she decided that she was going to get in shape. Not at the gym or by buying a piece of high-tech equipment, but by going on daily walks. Now, my parents live in Waterbury, Connecticut, in the same home that my dad's parents built, in the same house where I was raised. The city's an old blue-collar town, much like Pittsburgh, with some pretty rough neighborhoods. Well, my mom decided that she preferred to take walks during a time of the day when it was a little cooler, at 2 in the morning. This is true. So every night at 2 a.m., my mom would wake up and walk 3 miles through the streets of urban Waterbury. Of course, my dad and my sister and I tried to stop her. "It's too dangerous," we told her. But she was relentless. For a while, my father used to follow my mom around in his car, kind of crawling through the dark streets of the city. But after a while, he gave up and went home and went to bed. Along my mom's walks, which followed the same path every night, she developed kind of a neighborhood of acquaintances. Max, the deli guy who was stocking his shelves at the Italian market up the street. Bob, the policeman who always stopped to say hello to her, kind of check in on her, I think. And Father Tom, the priest who swept the church steps for some reason at 2:30 every morning. Well, she also made some money on her walks. Let me tell you, she used to pick up cans and bottles to trade them in and check every payphone slot along the route to find loose change, or either in the slot or on the ground. And she actually opened 3 bank accounts using her newfound treasure. One night as Mom was out walking, she passed by Baco's Bar and Grill, a neighborhood hangout for 20-somethings. 5 young men were standing in front of the bar at closing. My mom, carrying her bag full of cans, suddenly found herself the brunt of their jokes. "Hey, check out the bag lady," yelled the largest one in the group, enticing the others to guffaw in response. My mom ignored the first comment. Bolstered by the banter of his friends, however, the large one continued his harangue of my mother. Got a can for me, lady? Does your son know you walk the streets at night? Well, I gotta tell you, at the mention of her son, me, my mom turned, and this is true, approached the group of young men with the same slow but determined pace that characterized her walk. And as she approached the largest of the group, his laughter prevented him from seeing my mom's small fist before it plowed directly into his nose. Ha! That's how she described it to me. I gave him a pop. Well, the banter stopped and the boy gripped his nose, tears streaming over his hands. It's not nice to make fun of my son, she said. Holding her throbbing hand, she then stepped past the group of boys and completed her walk. My mom didn't tell me this story for about 3 years. In fact, she just told me last year, long after the event occurred. And at first, I didn't really get the significance of the story until I began thinking that for my mom, a poorly educated woman, she only finished 8th grade, from Union City, Connecticut, her whole world was her family. For a woman who did not have the words to react to a perceived injustice, a remark about her son, she spoke out in the only way that she could, with her fist. Now, I'm not in any way advocating that you should respond in the same way as my mother to the first person that says anything about which you disagree. But you all are among the most capable young people our nation has to offer. And as such, you have leadership skills and ability, and I think the responsibility, to act in other more effective and perhaps eloquent ways to address injustice. Other leaders have made that point better than I. In 1966, Robert F. Kennedy, U.S. Attorney General at the time, was speaking to students at the University of Cape Town in South Africa. With apartheid flourishing in that troubled nation, he spoke in ways that still ring true today. Our answer, he said, is to rely on youth. The cruelties and obstacles of this swiftly changing planet will not yield to obsolete dogmas and outworn slogans. The world demands the qualities of youth, not youth in the sense of a time of life or your age, but a state of mind, a temper of will, a quality of imagination, a courage over timidity. It is young people like you who must take the lead. Now, few of you will have the greatness to bend history, but each of you can work to change a small portion of events, and in the total of all of those acts will be written the history of your generation. It is from these small acts of courage and belief that human history is shaped. Each time that one of you stands up for an ideal, or acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against injustice, you send forth a tiny ripple of hope, and those ripples build a current which can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression. Now, I don't even attempt to be able to follow Robert Kennedy's wonderful words, but what I will say is stand up for what you believe in life. It will often take great courage. You will lose friends because of your standing up for what you believe. And taking a stand will have a personal toll on you, sometimes financially, sometimes emotionally, and sometimes, like my mom, physically. But it is you, the youth of our great nation, who have the temper of will, the imagination, and certainly the courage to do what is required to change our world for the better, locally, nationally, and globally. I wish you the diligence and strength of sight to see a wrong when it occurs, and the courage and integrity to make it right. Congratulations, I know you will make us proud. Thank you.
As a representative of the community, I learned a couple things tonight. One of them is this is a very handsome group of kids, and I congratulate the parents and the grandparents and extended family for nurturing such an accomplished group of kids. And I've learned one other thing, that I really like Mrs. Lombardo, and I want to meet her.
I don't know if you do.
When asked to give the commencement speech, I was advised to think of myself as a body at a wake. They need to have you to party, but no one expects you to say much. I'll keep it brief. I'm called upon to welcome the commencement of the class of 2006. We're celebrating here today the ending of your years of education at Upper St. Clair and a new beginning for the class of 2006. Some of you have a great sense of accomplishment. Some have a sense of relief. But the uncertainty that lies ahead can be overcome. That goes with the territory. Each day, I remember the good things of the past, relive, and have tried to forget the bad and not so good things. Don't be afraid to look back. Try to look ahead with the advantage of past experience. As you move on, remember that despite the tremendous advances in education, you have yet to enroll in the School of Experience. To quote the great genius of Leonardo da Vinci, knowing is not enough, we must apply. Being willing is not enough, we must do. The class of 2006 of Upper St. Clair has been blessed with tremendous gifts of family, education, community, and material advantage. I challenge each of you to use these gifts to better yourself and to improve our world, to raise up those less fortunate. It has been said that the depth and strength of the human character are defined by its moral reserves. People reveal themselves completely only when they are thrown out of the customary conditions of life, for only then they do have to fall back on their reserves. You will soon lose the comfort of your family, friends, and community. You can have no dominion greater or less than over yourself. This is your commencement day. We salute you for your accomplishments and remind you that this is only the beginning. Congratulations and best wishes for the class of 2006.
Toro, get up. Yes.
Thomas Lewis Deloto III, Senior Class President.
John Francis Palermo, Senior Class Vice President.
Senior Class Treasurer.
Emma Ann Schmidt, Senior Class Secretary.
Sarah Elizabeth Covington, valedictorian.
Michael Joseph Spina, valedictorian, Student Council President.
Callie Lawrence Ball, valedictorian, Student Council Executive Officer.
Benjamin Colin Burns, valedictorian.
Jane Catherine, valedictorian.
Miriam Deborah Fender, valedictorian.
Matthew Aaron Lentz, valedictorian.
Kendra Lynn Gregory, valedictorian.
Anish Kumar Mathur, valedictorian.
Raksha Kumar, valedictorian.
Maria Nicole Cruz, valedictorian.
Jennifer Therese Lias, valedictorian.
Eric Charles Wolf, valedictorian.
Jordan Nathan Meenan, valedictorian.
Zachary James Hunter, International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate.
Andrew H. Paik, valedictorian.
Laura Jane Cummings, International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate.
Emmerich P. Navarre, International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate.
Philip Blue, International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate.
Alex Murray Abbott.
Sean Robert Lewis.
Pooja Abhyankar.
Brianna Tracy Lewis.
Dana Edward Asnapura.
Ryan Lee.
Christopher Albert.
Catherine Marie Ali. Elise Margaret Altschuler.
Alexandra Elizabeth Lawson.
Maureen Elizabeth Anderson.
Lenka Lucas.
Christine Ruth Aspiotis, Superintendent's Academic Achievement Award recipient.
Kirsten Lee Luther.
Lauren All.
Hillary Ann Lyman.
Benjamin Maymet Brafali.
Dax John Lyons.
Jared Stephen Banta.
Justin Joseph Mackey.
Matthew Barkus.
Evan Gregory Bianca.
Benjamin Kelly Barley.
Jennifer Elizabeth Malarkey.
Sean Michael Barnhart.
Stephanie Jane Malone.
Jenna Marlo Bartusiak.
Erica Renee Marshall.
Cassie Beardsley.
Adrian Elizabeth Marcelino.
Christian Beck.
Jack Anderson Matthews.
Dominic Andre Beer.
Caitlin Marie Mack.
Robert Kenneth Benhart.
Gregory E. Malden.
Seth Jacob Burtonthal.
Catherine Claire Mazzarini.
Maura Kathleen Bezak.
Aaron Kathleen McAllister.
Joshua Betts.
Mark Thomas McCrary.
Chandrasekhar Bhagavatala.
Matthew Ryan Clint, Student Council Executive Officer.
Tricia Lee Beery.
Michael John McCune.
Alicia N. Villamoria.
Christopher Allen McDonough.
Benji Blanco.
Ashley Lynn McFarland.
Michael Blattner.
Megan Ruth McGuire.
John David Bocchini.
Allison Margaret McLean.
Ashton Michael Boger.
James McKee.
Catherine Nicole Borgfeld.
Ravi Mehta.
Adam Bocek.
Alexandra Mary.
Allison Lynn Briggs.
Caitlin Mary Milligan, Superintendent's Academic Achievement Award recipient.
Caitlin Elizabeth Broman.
Bethany Ann Mason.
Brendan Kenneth Brown.
Jessica Grace Middleman.
Joshua Daniel Bucher.
Daniel Sean Collins.
Lauren Michelle Berkey.
Joseph Patrick Moran.
Peter Richard Byrne.
Evangelina Marina Moreno.
Ryan Patrick Kane.
Mark Thomas Moran.
Courtney Aaron Callahan.
Emily Kristen Morrow.
Ethan Callan.
Taylor Nicole Murphy.
Laura Patrice Campbell.
Ricky Murray.
Alexander Paul Carroll.
Jennifer Lynn Mutual.
Shay Francis Kassler.
Lauren Elizabeth Myron.
Brandy Lee Cheatham.
Travis Glenn Mason.
Shannon Lee Christie.
Jacqueline Shady Dahl.
Stephanie Galler Churchill.
Jeffrey Nash.
Jesse Ross Sabella.
Andrea Sharice Nelson.
Jared Anthony Cipriani. Brittany Nicole Clifford.
Gregory Adam Wilson.
Kenneth A. Cochran.
Stephen Norfolk.
Kristen Lynn Kaleli, Student Council Vice President.
Christopher Patrick Norton.
Megan Lee Calusi.
Jordan Rami Dubon.
Julia Lois Costello.
Caitlin Caroline O'Brien.
Elizabeth Ann Coughlin.
Ryan T. O'Connor.
Lindsay Ann Criswell.
Zachary Matthew Olds.
Paul Joseph Crocker.
Catherine Nicole Wachowski, Student Council Executive Officer.
David Charles Crockett.
Jonathan Simpson Pate.
Brittany Crossley.
Justin Alexander Padano.
Angela Victoria Cugini.
Brittany Margarita Blessed.
Jamie Giselle Cullens.
Melinda Pasquarelli.
Marshall Cunningham Capelli.
Elise Thompson Patel.
Justin A. Darby.
Samantha Lynn Payne.
Maria Jeanette DeRora.
Michael Gerard Pencroft.
Christopher Michael Del Bianco.
Jordan Alexis Perry.
Danielle James Del Vito.
Eric Petrusevich.
Joseph Francis DeMarco.
Cecilia Astos Peterson.
Ashley Joe Dengler.
Brittany Lee Pierce.
Beth Ann Diederich.
John Thomas Ion Jr.
Nora Elizabeth Deal.
Michael Thomas Polichenko.
Marie Elizabeth DiNardo.
Joshua L. Borowski.
Richard Dominic DeSanti.
Samantha Marie Grillish.
Matthew Anthony DeSilvio.
Anna Rana.
Allison Graham Dixon.
Rebecca Elizabeth Ramos.
Michelle Chi Doan.
Stephen Casella Ramsey.
Catherine Marianne Dodd.
Evan Reese.
Michael Richard Doman Jr.
Andrew William Riley.
Timothy Joseph Donahue.
Manabel Liam Ramaswamy.
Allison Tina Dorsey.
Mark Albert Lloyd Jr.
Colin David James Eadington.
Caitlin A. Riley.
Adam Thomas Edkins.
Christopher John Riley.
Clara Louise Eisinger, Superintendent's Academic Achievement Award recipient.
Emily Jane Ritchie.
Laura Ann Elliott.
William James Roach.
Alexandra Elizabeth Ellison.
Carly Donovan Roberts.
Adam Benjamin Escherick.
David Benjamin Rockland.
Tanner Ryan Fackenthal.
Keegan Justin Rogers.
Krista Marie Feeney.
Chelsea Elizabeth Ron.
Andrew John Farah.
Joshua Benjamin Rosner.
Rebecca Catherine Ferguson.
David Anthony Rosner.
Sarah Highland Fernandez.
Daniel Patrick Earl.
Brittany Ann Findley.
Nathan Samuel Rubin.
Claire Catherine Finlayson.
Alyssa Reniscus.
Sean Flaherty.
Leah J. Osmana.
Whitney Lynn Fleming.
Michael Ryan Support.
Rebecca Diane Fogel, Superintendent Academic Achievement Award recipient.
David Octavio Salazar.
Molly Melissa Fournier.
Christopher Paul Solera.
Amanda Elizabeth Fournier.
Stephanie Jean Schaefer.
Richard David Friend.
Daniel Aaron David Shapiro.
Ashley Lauren Fryer.
Austin Philip Siciliani.
Sarah Marie Fuchs.
Michael John Scholl.
Louis R. Gallant.
Anthony Scorsone.
Maria Gaudio.
Ryan Thomas Sr.
Paul Stephen Gogler.
Abigail Lee Sedgwick.
Jillian Marie Gagan.
Michael Senior Deceased.
Christopher Sean Gilbert.
Make sure you say that. Eric Decker Sykes. Superintendent
Christopher-
Academic Achievement Award recipient.
Christopher Stephen Gilbert.
Jason Sandler.
Elise Ann Glade.
Patricia Michelle Surrey.
Brittany Marie Battistoni Glass.
William Dixon Seymour.
Allison Nicole Gleditch.
Gary Quinn Chapman.
Pooja Girish Godbole.
Cindy Barr Seaman.
Kevin Douglas Gorder.
Pat Slowey.
Bridget Graff.
Charles William Smith.
Jacob Daniel Greenberg.
Megan Elizabeth Smith.
Michael James Grimm.
Gary James Snyder.
Erica Nicole Groden.
Robert T. Snyder III.
Laura Christina Handy.
Ryan J. Source.
Jamie Michelle Harshman.
Kristen Ann Stanhope.
Andrew Albert Hartzell.
Catherine Ann Stater.
Tyler Ann Hassenfeld.
Crystal Ann Sarsler.
Bradley Christopher Hay.
Jessica Marie Spartieri.
Adam Vincent Herbaugh.
Jessica Lauren Steinberg.
Sarah Ann Herman.
Robert Tyler Stevens III.
Paulo Galvo Herson.
Johanna Sloan.
Danielle Marie Hilbert.
Alexander Hunt Sue.
Lindsay Ann Hinsman.
Sagi Tall, Student Council Executive Officer.
Paige Nicole Hodgson.
Olivia Timberlake.
Christina Lynn Holzer.
Justin Ryan Tangloff.
Chelsea Lynn Hopkins.
Lindsay Ann Thompson.
Rachel Ann Hornack.
Sarah Temple.
Sheila Jean Hubbard.
Paul William Tomacek IV.
Theodore F. Huckestein.
Megan Allison Trenshaw.
Brandon Huskisson.
Corey Neil Chow.
Michael Hutchison.
Sarah Catherine Twitter.
Nicole Marie Iannucci.
John Charles York.
Harwa Ida.
Alexander Charles Ulrich.
Emily Margaret Jaquay.
David Samuel Under.
Nathan James Johnson.
Aracea Gia Basilis.
Gregory Thomas Kale.
Elizabeth Ann Vaughn.
Kristen Angela Campitas.
Chantel Vera.
Alexandra Lee Canick.
Grace Marie Villanova.
Elizabeth Ann Kaufelt.
Max Edward von Workman.
Teresa F. Kelly.
Lindsay K. Walker.
Matthew Thomas Kikta.
Chelsea Simone Walton.
Alexander Joseph Kiss.
R. Alexander Ward.
Daniel Charles Klinbecks.
Allison M. Weatherly.
Christopher Close.
Carolyn Maria Wesley.
Colin Michael Clutch.
Daniel Aaron Logan.
Stephen Kanier.
Alexandra Benson Logan.
Stephanie Ray Knopf.
Caitlin Marie Wood.
Andrew Kohlmeyer.
Matthew F. Bergman.
Marissa Lynn Krantz.
Anne Lily Jablonski.
Noah Jonathan Kroner.
Tessa Marie Delaney.
Russell J. Kropp.
Stephen Strutjanowski.
Madrula Rao Kudaravali.
Alexis Ray Yeager.
Nina Lang.
Ashley Rose Brown.
Jared Larkin.
David Andrew Zandri.
Alexis Aaron Lavi.
Christina Sylvia Zan.
Christine Michelle Lee.
Kara Ann Zyler.
Craig Allen Lehman.
John Paul Michael Zeller.
Zachary Brian Leininger. Scott Levy.
It is my great pleasure to grant one additional reward to this group of graduating seniors. As a graduate of Upper St. Clair High School, you are entitled to all the benefits, rights, responsibilities granted to alumni of the Upper St. Clair School District. Class President Tom Pelota, Student Council President Michael Spina, please come forward.
Yeah, over here.
Tom and Michael, as representatives of the class of 2006, Dr. Steinhauer will confer an alumni card and alumni pin to you. The remaining members of the class will find their pins and cards with their diplomas. We hope that you wear them proudly for many years to come. Congratulations, and we look forward to your continued support and commitment to your alma mater. On behalf of the Upper St. Clair School District, I thank you for coming. I now present to you the graduated class of 2006. Tonight's ceremonies are not complete. Thank you.
David.